bumps in the road. Now, all of us know that God gave Abraham a clear vision of a destiny of going into a land that he would show him. It was the land of Canaan. It was to be a blessed place. And they had bumps in the road that Abraham just did not see coming. He didn't see the attacks. He didn't see the problems that he would encounter. But I want you to remember that in the same way, the Apostle Peter said, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to do what? To try you. He says, listen, there's going to be some stuff that's going to happen that is going to look like it is totally discombobulating the master plan of what God has already planned for your life. Some things that are going to look like it is short-circuited what God is trying to do in your life, that's trying to threaten the vision or the dream that God gave you, the calling, the destiny that God placed in you. There's going to be something that will come and challenge it. Whenever God gives a prophetic promise, there will always be opposition to it. If you don't have opposition in something that God calls you to do, God didn't call you to do it. I mean, if everything just flows your way, every door just open, no, that's something you're going to have to knock on some doors. And you're going to have to come back and knock again sometimes. And it's going to take longer than you thought, and it'll cost more than what you estimated. Bumps in the road. Nobody, I mean, if you're making the journey, you know how we are when we travel. You have a little travel budget. You don't have a whole lot of money. You have to budget your money. And you got to figure out, let me see how many days we're going to eat out. And let me see, we're going to spend, we're going to eat our breakfast in. We'll get a box of cereal and some milk. And, and you start trying to figure certain things out. You want to be able to figure out how you can carry your food with you. You know, sometimes when I travel, I'm like, I don't want to buy food in the airport. You know, they put on it's expensive. I told them, I said, listen, for this drink, I said, I ought to have a meal with this. And so you're going to pay more, and so maybe you ought to just take your own food. Now, sometimes I see other foreigners there, and they'll pull out a plastic container, and they got some beans in it and rice and all kind of funny smelling herbs and stuff. And I'm like, I understand what you're doing. It's not that you don't necessarily like the food in the airport here, but you are saving money. I recognize people when they're on a budget. See, years ago, when people of color used to travel, they used to get on the bus with a greasy bag. They had their fried chicken. They carried their meals with them. It was for a different reason now, of course, because they couldn't just stop anywhere and be served. So they carried their meal with them, and of course, it was cost effective. So you're going to have bumps in the road. God will call you to go places where there will be bumps in the road, and you're going to have to learn how to circumnavigate some of those obstacles that are going to be thrown in the roadway to be able to deal with it.